Well, thank you all for being here today. Thanks, Secretary Pompeo. Grateful to President Trump, Vice President Pence, leading on this important issue on religious freedom. Just as a brief overview, quickly, there are many firsts that this administration has done on this topic of religious freedom that I'd like to highlight here. Last week, you saw the executive order on religious freedom the President put out. It's the first time that's ever been done by any chief executive anywhere in the world. President Trump was the first president ever, first chief executive of any country ever to host a religious freedom event at the UN General Assembly in September last year. The Secretary mentioned the ministerials to advance religious freedom. He hosted 2 of them. Those were the largest religious freedom events ever of their kind in the world, largest ever human rights focused conferences hosted by the State Department. The Secretary launched the International Religious Freedom Alliance. He was the first ever U.S. Secretary of State to organize an international coalition at a national leadership level to push the issue of religious freedom forward around the world. Last year, we launched the Abrahamic Faith Initiative to push for peace between Muslims, Christians, and Jews by engaging in the cause key theologians of each of the faith. The Trump administration has done and continues to do more than any other administration to protect and promote religious freedom for all faith groups or for people of no faith at all. Today, Pastor Andrew Brunson has been reunited with his family. The world has taken notice of PRC government's human rights abuses and is beginning to speak out. Asia Bibi has been free for more than a year, and due to recent improvements, both Sudan and Uzbekistan have been removed from the list of countries of particular concern. Major accomplishments and major things happening. Since the emergence of the COVID pandemic, we've seen Burma drop its charges and release more than 1,000 Rohingya from jail. Iran furloughed a few of the dozens of unjustly detained members of religious minorities. The administration has answered the call to fight for people of all faiths everywhere at all time. It's been a very fulfilling job for me, working with the incredible staff and pushing for religious freedom in every corner of the globe. Yet the state of religious freedom remains far from perfect and very troubling. In many places of the world, individuals have become more familiar with religious oppression than religious freedom. And that's this report we put forward today, the 2019 International Religious Freedom Report, Religious Freedom Report that's put out today. Faith groups in China are among those suffering greatly on account of their beliefs. In Iran, 109 members of minority religious groups remain in prison for simply being religious minority practitioners. And last year, the government executed a number of individuals on charges of enmity against God. In Nigeria, conflicts and carnage continue between predominantly Muslim Fulani herdsmen and predominantly Christian farmers in north central states. So our work is clearly cut out for us. We must continue to build partnerships and alliances with nations who share our commitment to advance religious freedom around the world, and we must continue our efforts to stop bad actors. And we must also continue to expand our capacity. The importance of advancing religious freedom cannot be overstated. It must extend to all areas of our foreign policy. And that's why President Trump announced a new executive order last week, as I mentioned, which prioritizes international religious freedom in the planning and implementation of United States foreign policy and in the foreign assistance programs. We will continue to press forward our commitment to promote religious freedom for all. And that's what we have done. That's what we will continue to do. And the Secretary has been outstanding in leading this effort, as has the President and the Vice President. And I think you'll see more to come. Be happy to take questions if you might have.